We are leaving Pisac right now.
So this kind gentleman is trying to help us get a ride to Urubamba. So far, no luck.
We can barely fit in these moto taxis as it is.
So this has been interesting.
People hovering around us like that, around our bag. We have a lot of this place to ourselves.
We're making our way to the center of Urubamba.
We're Alex and Lindsay, two travelers who are exploring South America, when suddenly, strict lockdown began, leaving us stuck abroad. We've been here for months, and even though lockdown is lifted, things in Peru are far from normal. We're documenting the whole thing and sharing it with you. Good morning, guys, from Wolf Totem in Pisac, Peru.
This is our last morning here, so we're gonna go get some breakfast, and then we're gonna be heading to Urubamba. We just got done with our breakfast. We are leaving happy and full, but also kind of sad because we love this restaurant and we won't be able to eat here anymore for a bit.
This was by far our favorite place in Pisac. We came here like 20 times while we were here, and because of the COVID situation right now, they are being hit really hard. There's pretty much no one in there right now. It's usually just us, but usually it's very popular and they have a lot of people here because the food is good.
And
so
the owner is so nice.
Yeah, he's awesome, and he does kind of customized orders for us, whatever we order. So if you guys have something specific that you want, chances are he can make it for you. So if you're in Pisac now or coming soon, you should come to this place
and
for sure. Yeah, so the place is called WILLKA del Horno Colonial, but this is what it looks like on the outside. You have to go like a block outside of the center.
Near the main square.
It's very near the main plaza, the Plaza de Armas. But this is what the outside looks like. So you'll see a basket hanging there, and outside it says Horno Colonial San Francisco, and that's the whole area inside here.
You go in and go to the right, and they have coffee, food. They'll customize whatever you want. Help them out. They're amazing.
And right now, he might even give a discount on Pisco Sours if you want to drink.
He did say he'd do free Pisco Sours, so.
Okay, sadly we just left Wolf Totem and we are leaving Pisac right now. It's right up there. Now we're waiting for a taxi.
We thought we had set up a taxi. We thought we were all set to go, but we think that maybe there was a bit of a misunderstanding between our bad Spanish and who knows what else. We said una media, like in 2 hours, so saying like leaving at 1:30, and we think he might have thought we meant leaving in an hour and a half, so he might have already left. We can't find him.
I wrote on the translation app, I wrote 1:30, uno y media, and then in parentheses I put en 2 horas. But still, he didn't seem to understand anything.
We knew there was a possibility this could happen, so we're here with all of our stuff.
Yeah.
And luckily, there was a local Peruvian standing down here by our luggage and said, "Do you need a taxi to Urubamba?" We're like, "Yes, please."
So we're gonna wait here for a while on the side of the road.
Who knows how long this will take?
¿Cuánto?
Look at all the room in this car. None. Baby.
So this kind gentleman is trying to help us get a ride to Urubamba. So far, no luck.
Okay, so we're gonna get in here.
Un momentito, primero estos bultos.
Wow, so we can barely fit in these moto taxis as it is. Look at this. We are on top of each other and can't really see here. All our bags.
I'm like practically sitting on top of Alex. So basically what happened is our Airbnb is like a 15-minute walk out of town, so there was no taxis to Urubamba, so we had to take a moto taxi into Pisac town and then grab a taxi to go to Urubamba.
So, few-minute drive in this thing, cramped up, and then hopefully we can find a nice taxi to take us.
So this has been interesting.
More confusion. It's taking longer. Some people were trying to charge us 150 or something, so like 3 times what we're supposed to pay. And luckily we knew what we should pay, and so we're gonna get close to that. But hanging out here with all our bags.
And they're hovering.
People hovering around us like that, around our bags.
Alright, so one tip that we learned and utilized today is the owner of a restaurant, a local with no gain to be had. We asked how much we should be paying for a ride to Urubamba. He told us no more than 40 soles. So that's good to have some reference. We are paying 50 soles now though.
Yeah, as someone who has nothing to gain from it, someone who's far away before you're gonna do it, someone at a restaurant who's not gonna get a commission from it. If you ask someone who takes you to the taxi, a lot of times they will try to get a commission, so you still might pay more. So, you know, restaurants, cafes, that's a good way to go.
And we wait. We have way too much stuff. Way too much. We usually don't travel with this much stuff, but since we've been in Peru, we've acquired quite the assortment.
Yep, we needed comfortable clothes for lockdown. We needed some souvenirs for you guys. So we each got one of these. And over here, this is where you don't want to get ripped off. Over here, they might give you the horrible prices. So you're always learning when you're traveling. Every country you go to, it's like you have to relearn everything you just had learned in the last country. And in Peru, we're learning things every day. Like now, we know if we're gonna specify a time for people to meet us or pick us up, we have to put a PM on there so they know that it's not an hour and a half and it's 1:30. The little things you learn every day to make life a little easier because traveling is not always easy. Make a lot of mistakes, waste a lot of time at first.
Yeah, it's been about 20 minutes. We're still just waiting, hoping a taxi will arrive.
Let's travel.
Here's our ride. Perfect.
Oh, all right.
This guy's gonna help us.
Finally. It worked. Our moto taxi driver was actually a good guy. He helped us out a lot. He waited with us until we got this one. So, we're in here. We're on our way to Urubamba.
So Cusco, the city, is on lockdown, but we are in the WILLKA region, so we're not on a strict lockdown or anything like that. It's a voluntary lockdown, which is why we're able to still travel to Urubamba and Untitled and places like that.
But even Untitled is on kind of a voluntary lockdown from what we've heard, but we might be able to get in.
So I think it's still legal to move around and transport to these different areas that are just on voluntary lockdowns. We think.
We'll see. Wish us luck. We're on our way. So from Pisac to Urubamba, it's about an hour drive. So we'll be there in a little under an hour.
And we're staying at a really cool place. We're excited to show you guys this one.
If you like travel, you like watching travel videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below because we're traveling all around the world and we're sharing it all with you. Okay, we just showed up at WILLKA TIKA. It's a healing retreat, and there's a ton of space, a ton of greenery. There aren't many people here, so we have a lot of this place to ourselves. It's beautiful. Before we show you the whole garden and everything else here, let's show you the room. So this is our room. It's kind of more of a luxury experience for us. We've been staying in Airbnbs lately, and even things that are kind of a part of a hostel. So not as nice as this. So this is a little treat for us to at least stay here for a few days. So we have this big old bed here. It's just one big room. We have a big closet. All of our stuff is over there. Don't pay attention to it. And the bathroom, let's check it out. Wow, big shower. Whoa. Big rock wall. And wow, this is probably the nicest bathroom we've had since we've been in Peru. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a nice break to stay here.
And nice little view out our window. All the gardens. I'm excited to sleep on this huge bed.
Look at that. This is gonna be so nice. We're kind of treating ourselves, and
Yeah.
usually we don't. I've been a budget traveler for years, and usually you don't even want to see the accommodation that I've stayed in. It's gonna be so nice for a little bit.
Yeah, we usually don't stay in places like this, but because of COVID, we are luckily able to, because a lot of places are bringing their prices way down. So we're very
Way down.
thankful to get to stay in these types of places. This is probably the nicest one yet. You walk out of here, and so it feels like a hotel room, like a nice hotel room, but when you walk out, it's just like all these gardens, and you get tons of space, and it's gorgeous. Now time to show you the beautiful gardens. So literally it's so big we probably won't be able to show you the whole thing, but we'll show you parts.
Over the course of the week, we'll show you all of it.
Yeah, they grow their own herbs here, and I'm gonna show you my favorite part of the garden. Also, they have all this nice artwork. This is all ours. There's no one else here. We literally have this entire space. We can have picnics, we can sit out here and read in the morning. Paradise.
We're definitely gonna sit out here on the grass, sit on some rocks. Look at all this fruit they have hanging around.
What is this?
Guys, what fruit is this? We've seen it around. We know it's around South America, but we don't have it back home. What is this?
There's some lemon trees over there.
Wow.
Lemon. And Urubamba is the biggest city in the Sacred Valley, but when you're in here, you're kind of enclosed and you don't feel like you're right in the city at all. So, we are hungry. It's been a long day. We haven't eaten since breakfast. We need to get some food. So we're gonna take a walk to town, which is about 40-minute walk. So,
We'll show you some of the walk along the way, and then if we can, we'll show you some food.
and Urubamba.
Some
So.
Urubamban food.
Okay, we're making our way to the center of Urubamba, and it's quite a different feel than Pisac. There's a lot of movement, tons of moto taxis, tons of taxis, and people.
Looks like it's a lot bigger, a lot more going on, and a lot more stuff open. So hopefully it'll be a lot easier to find restaurants, cafes, things like that. We love food. So we're gonna go to the Plaza de Armas of Urubamba and hopefully find a cool restaurant where we can overlook the plaza or something.
The sun is setting and it is gorgeous. This town is surrounded by hills and mountains, like a lot of the cities in Sacred Valley. And it just is glowing, this golden color. We'll show you.
They're all turning orange and pink. Whoa, and glacier over here. Look at this.
We're in the center.
Okay, we're in the Plaza de Armas and it is closed. See this caution tape all around it. Nobody's on the inside, but luckily a few things are open outside of it. Some food carts, a couple restaurants and markets, ice cream place.
Ooh, we'll go there for dessert.
So this place behind us, we heard it was good from our hosts. And you can sit up there and get a view of the Plaza de Armas while you have a drink. So, want to try it?
Sounds good to us. Yeah.
I think it's happy hour time.
Alright guys, we just sat down. We found this restaurant near the plaza that has an awesome view. And their menu looks pretty interesting. I think I'm gonna get fettuccine alla huancaina. We've had alla huancaina, but not pasta, so this should be interesting.
And it is a little pricey here, a little more than I would spend on a meal. So the cheapest thing here seems to be the pollo a la brasa. So I'm still gonna order something Peruvian, but I'm gonna get the pollo a la brasa for the simple fact that it's much cheaper than the rest of the things here. chicha morada in a beautiful glass.
Our favorite drink in Peru.
And then my new favorite tea, chamomile or manzanilla tea. Okay, here's my pollo a la brasa, papas y pollo with a little side salad here.
Fettuccine alla huancaína. Is that shrimp?
It looks like it.
Wow. Let me give her a try.
Alright.
So it has some shrimp in there. I don't really taste the huancaína sauce. I mainly just taste the shrimp, but it's good.
In
You get
this
more
high
oxygen.
altitude, you get more altitude.
You get more altitude.
You get more oxygen.
What do you think? All right, guys, it's time for the Q&A. So let's get started.
Okay, so the first one is from Jeff Butler, who says, another great video. Alex, you are an experienced traveler, so my question is for Lindsay. Has this experience changed any of your views of the world and other people?
So that's a really big question.
Yeah.
What I've kind of realized is that everywhere you go, I feel like people are going to be a little bit different. They're going to vary in their cultures, their beliefs, and many other things. But I think at the end of the day, humans are more similar than different. So as we've been here in Peru during COVID, we've seen a lot more similarities than differences. People want to feel safe. They have fears. They want to feel loved. They care about their family. So
Yeah.
so basically, as much as we're all different, I think we're more alike than we know. So that's been what I've learned.
I think that's the best thing that travel teaches you, is just that we're all the same, and it brings you more understanding of other people all around the world, and so you have less of a an ethnocentric view like a lot of people in the United States have, where they're just in their own world, their own lives. They see people that are similar to them and might not see people in other countries around the world as significant as their own lives. But the more you travel, you see that we're all the same and everyone is just as significant as everyone else, and I don't know, just brings a much greater understanding when you start meeting these people, talking to people, laughing with people all around the world.
And a greater connectedness to humanity, I think.
Yeah, and you never lose that after you travel, so that's one of the best things about traveling.
All right, good question. Hard one, but good.
Yeah.
Makes us think a little bit.
We weren't ready for that one. Alright, the next one is from Simona Chorai, who says, I'm watching this video on the hottest day of the year, and when I saw Lindsay with a coat on, I thought I will melt away. How's the weather now there? I don't see too many people outdoors in Pisac compared to Cusco. Well, that last part, that's just because Pisac is a much, much, much smaller place, so there aren't a ton of people here, and not a lot is open, so there's not much to do. There's not really a reason for people to be walking around town when there's only 5 restaurants open in the whole thing.
The weather here is beautiful. Every single day, it's sunny, there's no humidity, and when it does get a little windy or chilly, you just throw a jacket on like I have on here, and you're good to go. The nights get a little cold, but it's fine.
It's been a little windy lately. I guess this is the windy month in Peru. And
in this area, I don't know.
So it's the windy month in the Sacred Valley, I guess. Maybe in Peru, we're not really sure, just in this area. It's kind of like a corridor with all these mountains, and it can get extremely windy, which is crazy to me how that happens, because I thought, places are windy when they're next to the beach, like California. But
there'll be no wind, and then all of a sudden a huge gust. You feel like you're gonna blow over, and your hat's flying.
Yeah,
and
you have to walk sideways.
We're surrounded by mountains and hills, so you think you'd be a little protected in here, but not the case. It's super windy.
Yeah.
I always get cold, so that's why you'll see me a lot with a jacket on. Even if it's warm, I'll wear a jacket. It's just more comfortable to me.
Okay, this next one is from Monica Newland, who asks, is coca the new gum for you guys? So do you spit it out, or you actually eat it and swallow it? Okay, a lot of people might be interested in this, people that aren't from Peru. So coca leaves, we chew them sometimes. People everywhere in Peru chew them. It's a big part of the culture, the history history of the Inca, and just it goes beyond that. There's
It helps
a lot.
give you energy, and it pretty much is like chewing gum for them. They pop it in all throughout the day. Probably more popular than gum, actually.
Yeah, so there's just chewing the leaves, there's coca candy, there's coca tea, and we've tried it all. And yeah, gives you a burst of energy. It also helps somehow with your blood circulation, so it helps with breathing. You get more oxygen to your blood, and so you can breathe better. And it is hard for people that aren't from here to breathe in this high altitude, so it has actually been a lifesaver, and it's great.
And you don't swallow it. We spit it out. You put it in your cheek for a while, let your body absorb it, then you spit it out. You maybe could swallow it, but I don't know how you would
Probably
feel. No one swallows it here, so.
Alright guys, that's the end of this Q&A. If you want to like this video, that would help us out.
Comment below and subscribe if you haven't already if you want to see more videos like this one, and follow us on our journey around the world. For now, we're stuck because of COVID in Peru, but we plan to see a lot more and show it all to you guys.
And after you subscribe, we will see you in the next video. Hey guys, we can only do so much on YouTube, and we only put out a video every 2 or 3 days. So if you want more, if you want daily stuff, you should head to Instagram. Find us at Alexander Travelbum. And that's where you'll find daily stories and photos about our travels. Hey, thanks for making it all the way through this video. If you want to watch more, click one of these videos. Subscribe, because I'm traveling all around the world and I'm sharing the whole thing with you. Thanks.